Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Our speakers today are Kellie Capote, who's Vice President of Customer Success here at Gainsight. And we also have Mike Plaskow, CTO of Ecosystems, which is a technology partner of Gainsight.
In the new world, technology has certainly made barriers to entry much lower. And what that has yielded is highly saturated markets and customers with more choice than they've ever had before. There's some really compelling statistics that tell us why this is so important. You can see one here on the screen from Bain that shows a 5% increase in customer retention can actually increase profits by up to 95%. So today, it's really the customer. It's no longer the vendor that's in the driver's seat. If we kind of amplify that with this shift that we have to SaaS and recurring revenue models, this at its very core is what really leads us to the mission of customer success. It's a combination of not only delivering an exceptional customer experience, but even more importantly, making sure that we're delivering the desired outcomes that we agreed to with our customers. So I wanted to now pass it over to Mike with Ecosystems. I've had the pleasure of working with him and his team directly as we've worked together to quantify business outcomes for some of our Gainsight customers. I'm excited for him to share with you what the solution can look like.
Terrific. Thank you, Kelly. If you look at sales and customer success, unifying around a common set of customer outcomes and the continuity for the customer, there's a corporate memory to that, and that's actually how we track the value ongoing. How do I get out of the gate with an outcome conversation and some directional view of the business value? Directly within the opportunity object is the ability to come down and actually create a new value proposition. Directly within the platform is this very replete set. Everybody is a better editor than creator. And so for the seller, the elegance with the guided selling is, let me categorize the offering, be it industry, be it the competitor I'm up against, and the platform then dynamically packages together. That's the initial conversation I'm going to have. The next step, again, is I need a C-level door opener, I need some way of engaging. All right, here's 2 inputs. And once we provide those, then the platform automatically creates those outputs and customer deliverables, and hopefully I've earned the right to that larger conversation. Now that next level down in how that value proposition, those outcomes and how they were quantified, the customer understandably wants a little more transparency and visibility of how that came to fruition. And so this becomes now more of this interactive whiteboard. We're now with the customer, we're showing them that taxonomy of benefits across these categories and how they fed down into those individual business outcomes. Well, now you and I together, let's go into those business outcomes. And let's actually see the inputs and assumptions and how those are quantified. And together as partners, let's talk about the right inputs, the right assumptions for your business. This is where we have the ability to not only invite customers, but determine what is the right role. At this stage, and now we're going to go to that third leg of that process from sales to customer success. And now, how do we do that handoff? As a customer success manager, man, I wish I had visibility to that conversation that was happening in that pre-sale dialogue. I wish there was a corporate memory to that. That becomes memorialized as a core part of the C360 plan. And you'll notice that this is identical. This is that view we were just looking at. As a seller, right, starting in just the native opportunity page, I created that conversation. I invited the customer. My DNA is Gainsight. Well, now that exact conversation is available for here. Now we're going to transition. There was the anticipated view in terms of the value that's being provided. That's represented in this first column, this gray. This is that pre-sale forward-looking, what's expected or what is the performance the customer is anticipating. Now we're going to layer in the actuals. So this is where there's complete continuity, that handoff where this blue column or the second, right, it created a parallel instance of that conversation, and we're tracking the actuals with what was anticipated. This is the criticality of the customer co-shaping it with you. Ecosystems philosophy is you can't start with a blank template. It was actually Bain and Company in a study of 1,000 different organizations, the holistic view of buyers of B2B technologies, what they care about. Here is that full taxonomy, and here's that exhaustive list, and in a hierarchy form where the higher you go, these are things that really have more of an influence. This now is actually folded in as the taxonomy and the structure for the platform. Out of the gate, Ecosystems provides you a template around what is the type of business value from these offerings as a launch point that you then refine based on your enterprise.
Having outcomes conversations and not following through on the act of collaboratively measuring and tracking those outcomes with your customers can send a message of, we cared what you needed during the sales cycle, but now that we got your order and you're signed, we're going to run our long-standing PS and support motions. The actors in this journey have to be synced from start to finish.
Well, that's kind of all the time we have for today. So thanks so much again to everybody, and I hope you have a great day.